What you see here before you today is a Hunter Infiniti ceiling fan. It's in the white finish paired with a set of gloss white blades. It's a 3-speed electrically reversible fan, and it dates to the second quarter of 1995. So the Hunter Infiniti is one of Hunter's contemporary models that came out in roughly 1990, maybe 1991, and lasted up into the early 2000s. These fans use a 172 by 12 or 14 spinner motor, which was Hunter's tried and true motor that they used during this time for most of their models. And it uses roughly, I think, 11 degree blade pitch or so. But the Infiniti was a very popular model, especially in the white and brass, and the polished brass finish. Those three finishes alone were pretty common, as you used to see a lot of those finishes for these fans. These also came in antique brass, gloss black, and gunmetal. Gunmetal was only offered for about a year or so, right around the introductory year for this fan, and then they changed it to the gloss black. Those last three finishes are pretty hard to find. Gunmetal is pretty rare, as like I said, it was only offered for about a year, and then gloss black is probably one of the other harder finishes to find. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the fan. So obviously it has the Hunter logo stamped into the motor housing with these gloss white blades. And then here's this Hunter fob I added to this. I added it for kicks mainly, as it was a spare one I had lying around. And then the top shot right here, and I don't remember if that's the Hunter tag or not, but I will give you a better look at that. But yeah. Anyways, we're gonna start this fan on low, and this fan does date to the second quarter of 1995. So I got this fan right here from my local restore. It was sitting on their fan tower in there, and this thing was filthy. It had probably spent its life in a kitchen before being donated to the restore, as this thing was covered in dust and grease, but it cleaned up very well. The Infiniti is a very childhood fan for me. There used to be this ice cream parlor that I used to visit as a kid that had about 4 of these fans in there, and they all ran on the medium or high speed. So like I said, I used to see these a lot. The ice cream parlor was really good too. I don't remember when it actually closed down, because I think now it's like a beauty supply store of some sorts. But the fans are long gone too. And this is actually my second Infiniti that I own. I have another one in white, but it has more of a yellowed bottom, switch cap bottom where the light kit would go. But yeah. Anyways, we're gonna crank this fan to medium, see what this fan does. I would actually like to find one of these in gunmetal or gloss black, but I'm happy with the 2 white ones I currently have now. This one is definitely in better shape and cosmetic condition compared to the other one I own, which I have never videoed the other one. And if I do, I eventually may install it. But for right now, this one's going to be up for a little bit. Anyways, we're going to crank this fan to high and see what this fan does. And I will note, this fan does wobble. as the blades on this one are pretty warped. And as you see, it doesn't have its original mounting either, as this fan didn't come with it. But I will show that at the end of this video, what it actually came with, which is very surprising for a Hunter fan of this gratitude. But this fan runs well, bearings are good, and everything else about the fan is good. I do have this fan running in reverse, as this thing does have a slight death wobble to it when on forward. But like I said, that's because of the blades being warped and all that. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and do spin down. And this is, like I said, one of my favorite contemporary models that Hunter offered. So, but this is this was the down rod that actually came with this fan, which is almost looks like something you would see on a Monte Carlo of some sorts, or just any generic cheap builder fan. So the fact that this little down rod was tightly in that fan is very surprising to me. But I had a spare Hunter down rod on hand and just put it on a generic ball socket canopy for the time being. And the other good part about the cool part about these fans is Hunter offered so many light kits for these. Like, you could get anything and any light kit you wanted for it. But these do look really good with spotlights. But that's just my personal opinion. Anyways, there you folks have it. This is the 52-inch Hunter Infiniti ceiling fan from the second quarter of 1995. This is Ginger Fan Studios here. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the channel. Y'all have a great day and take care.